Good morning, sergeants and soldiers. My name is Sergeant Mann. Today we'll be learning and practicing performing voice communications in accordance with STP 21-1-SMCT task number 113-COM-1022. The overall risk assessment is low. Potential hazards are tripping hazards. Please watch out for them, i.e. wires, small boxes, anything visible. If you see any potential hazards, please avoid them. Common sense. The weather is hot, so ensure that you have a water source with you. Dehydration is still a factor even inside a building. In case of inclement weather, i.e. thunderstorms, tornadoes, wherever you are, you will immediately seek shelter and get down to the ground as low as possible. In case of an active shooter, we will utilize the run, hide, fight method. Only fight when the situation calls for it. At this time, we will conduct our PCCs and PCIs. As I call out each item, you will raise them high so that I can verify that you have what is required. ID cards, water source, pen or pencil, paper or notebook, antennas, hand mics, and lastly, radios. Outstanding. This time, there will be a signing sheet going around. Please print your name. Do not sign next to your name until the evaluation is complete. I repeat, do not sign, only print. I will now explain your task conditions and standards. Stand by. Your task is to perform voice communications. Conditions given: 1 operational radio set for each net number, warmed up and set to the net frequency. A call sign information card, 5x8, consisting of net number duty station, Sierra 1, Sierra 2, and a net call sign, letter number letter, suffix list, net control station, NCS, and a message to be transmitted. Situation: the net is considered to be secure and authentication is not required. ACP 131. Note, this task may have as many net members as there is equipment available. Each net member must have a different suffix and a message to transmit. Standards: perform voice communications by entering and leaving in the net in alphanumeric sequence and use correct pro words, phonetic alphabet, and numerals that result in successful communication of the message. There is no special conditions or standards during this task. At this time, I will demonstrate the training completely. Charlie 4-6, this is Charlie Tree Niner, do you copy? Charlie Tree Niner, this is Charlie 4-6, Roger, over. Charlie 4-6, this is Charlie Tree Niner, round time 20092 Alpha, July 17th, break. Charlie 4-6, vehicle broken down at the following coordinates: 2169428. Requesting recovery support, over. Charlie Tree Niner, this is Charlie 4-6, Roger, sending support, over. Charlie 4-6, This is Charlie Tree Niner, Roger, out. Charlie 4-6, Roger, out. This completes your demonstration. And now, at this time, I will repeat your step-by-step procedures in detail. Stand by. Your performance steps are: enter the net, determine the abbreviated call sign in answering sequence for your duty position, respond to the NCS issuing a net call, answer in alphanumeric sequence. At this time, the NCS acknowledges and the net is open. Next, send a message. Listen to make sure the net is clear. Do not interrupt any ongoing communications. Call the NCS and tell the operator the priority of the message you have for his or her station. Receive a response from the NCS that he or she is ready to receive, and then send your message using the correct pro words, pronunciation of letters, and numerals. And then get a receipt for the message. Lastly, leave the net in alphanumeric sequence. The NCS acknowledges and the net is closed. Answer in alphanumeric sequence. You now have received a call from the NCS who issues a close down order. Any questions? All right. If there are no questions at this time, you have 5 minutes to practice. The scenario that you were given is you are on a convoy. You hit what you thought was a small puddle, but turned out to be a huge rut. You break something in your suspension, and now you are unable to fix it at operator level. Your wingman vehicle is unable to tow you back to the maintenance AO. You must now have to radio back to the top to request and receive recovery support. Begin practicing. All right, that's time. At this time, you will now begin your evaluation. Everyone must receive a go for all procedures, or you will be retrained and retained at a later date. I will now restate your task conditions and standards. Stand by. Your task is to perform voice communications. Conditions given: 1 operational radio set for each net member, warmed up and set to the net frequency. A call sign information card consisting of net member duty position, CR1, CR2, a net call sign, letter, suffix list, net control station, NCS, and a message to be transmitted. Situation: the net is considered to be secure and authentication is not required. ACP 131. Note: this task may have as many net members as there are equipment available. Each net member must have a different suffix and a message to transmit. Standards: perform voice communications by entering and leaving the net in alphanumeric sequence and use correct pro words, phonetic alphabet, and the numerals that result in successful communication of the message. There are no special conditions and standards. You will be evaluated on 3 performance requirements, and they are: enter the net in alphanumeric sequence, send a message using 15 to 25 words using the correct pro words and phonetic alphabet and numerals. And then lastly, leave the net in alphanumeric sequence. If any of these PMs are failed, the evaluation will be over. Are there any questions? Okay, so if there are no questions, then at this time, you all exit the room and on my command, individually enter the room for your evaluation. As one soldier exits, another will enter. Are there any last minute questions? All right, outstanding, good. Move out. First soldier, enter. Your radio is ready for operation. The net is considered to be secure and authentication is not required. You must send a message, receive a receipt from the NCS, and if this is not completed in 5 minutes, you will receive a no-go for this task. Begin. Evaluation complete. You received a go for this task. Now that you have all completed the evaluation, please sign by your name and on the sign-out sheet that is coming around. If you received a no-go today, you will be retained in class and you will be instructed that you will be retrained in classroom 3B tomorrow, July 18th at 09 in the same uniform and with the same equipment as today. Reevaluation will be at 10:00. At this time, everyone line back up and show me your PCC checklist. As I call each item, hold up each item so I can verify you still have said item. ID cards. Water source. Pen or pencil. Paper or notebook. Antennas. Hand mics. And lastly, radios. Outstanding. At this time, you will turn in all your radios and the respective equipment that goes with them. Thank you. At this time, we will now conduct our AAR. Everyone has a right to speak, and I want to encourage maximum participation. Please don't talk over each other, and as always, be respectful of differing point of views. Okay, so what was supposed to happen? I was supposed to explain the task, risk measures, conditions, and standards. I was also supposed to describe and demonstrate the step-by-step procedures of performing voice communication, allow familiarization, and describe how you will be evaluated and complete the task to standard. My question is to you, what did happen? Okay. What went right? All right. What went wrong? Okay. How do I improve training for the next time? All right. Was anybody injured or anybody's personal or sensitive item equipment damaged? Outstanding. Were all my control measures implemented effectively? Fantastic. All right, so quick summarization of the AER. We learned how to perform voice communication to standard. Everyone was engaged and focused on the class. Everyone put their learning to the test and everyone received goes. We had a few mishaps with hand mics and antennas not functioning. But for future training, I can properly PMCS them and ensure they function. No one was hurt and no one broke any of my equipment. All right, at this time, we are going to conduct a police call around the area as I check to ensure I have all my equipment and paperwork filled out. All right. Thank you all for help. This concludes my period of instruction. You are now released to your respective sections as of right now. Dismissed. Staff Sergeant, my squad is currently untrained. The soldiers will be retained and retrained in classroom 3 Bravo tomorrow, July 18th at 09 in the same uniform and will have the same equipment as today. Reevaluation will be conducted at 10:00. I'm requesting to close down this training site.